We start with 1 hour chart. Just I want to give a quick update. Okay, if we refer to our analysis in my last video, since the price was within this move, we mentioned we can expect the price to drop. As you can see, the price dropped, but it couldn't break the previous low. Now, I want to see how we can look at this. All right, because the best thing is if the price could break the previous low, then any reversal we could look for buy. And the thing is how deep this one can go. All right. In this case, we start with higher time frame. We start with daily chart. All right. If first we move to weekly. All right. Based on weekly chart, as we mentioned, we're looking for continuation, and we have nothing to discuss. In this case, we move to daily chart. As we mentioned in our analysis, we're getting the correction here. The question is, how complex can be this correction, or whether this one can turn to a deeper correction similar to what we have here, because we mentioned we can expect the running flat, because most of the charts we have this. Any reversal from that, it can give us better trade setup. Now the question whether we can get from here, or even we can expect this one to turn to a correction for one move up at the higher price we get. Okay, this is the only things. And if you put this one in relative to this, MACD show us the divergence as well here. That's why if you want to look for trade from now, we should be quite careful. Mostly we're looking for continuation, okay, because most of the charts they're following each other. Anyway, we move to forward chart, and even based on forward chart, after the price broke the previous low, we see the divergence. And as I mentioned, for me, if this one drop a bit more with the breakout of the previous low, I will look for the expanding flat. Then from there, we can look for next move. All right, it doesn't mean the price cannot reverse from here. Okay, anyway, we want to see what type of the flat we will get from here. The reason is mostly every time we mention we don't like to trade the expanding, because if the price drop break the previous low, we cannot confirm how deep it can go. Even we mentioned based on daily chart, one of the option, this one tend to a deeper correction. But for this, if you refer to 1 hour chart, I don't think we can get a really good trade setup. That's why we prefer to price drop and break the previous low. And even if we move to 1 hour chart, this is what we can see here. Okay, that's mean if the price even reverse from here, the best option to have entry above this, which is very risky, because what we want the price break and continue. And most of the time when the price broke the previous top, it start to correct. Okay, and even if the another option, if we want to look for trade with the breakout of this, any sharp move like we want to take, we can look for trade. Now the question is whether we can get any trade setup or not. All right, that's why we mentioned if this one become a deeper with the breakout of this low, we can get better reversal. Okay, anyway, we don't have any trade setup right now. This one can tend to a correction similar to any of this. And if you want to look for trade, we need to get the at least sharp move of flag or having entry above this. And mostly we don't get it. Even the trade setup, even the price reverse from here, or it depends on the traders what type of the strategy they look for. Can we put this one as a sharp move? We look for this. If we get a correction as a flag, maybe we can consider to look for buy. Anyway, right now we don't have it. In this case, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.